Hey everyone, it's Artorias here again with a quick update for the first quarter of 2026. Let's see. As far as Atlas Earth, I had a pretty good month, I think. Uh, Finally at 30,606 parcels. God, it took forever to cross 30,000, but finally here I am. Uh, mostly because, again, I don't get to travel as much as people like Open Boosters do. But on the bright side, I guess in worldwide, I'm above Open Boosters. I'm still slightly behind him in the U.S., but worldwide, apparently, I'm ahead of him. So, I figure the only way I'd ever beat him is if he wasn't president anymore. So it worked. But yeah. Of course, being president doesn't really matter to me anymore. It's just, how do I say this? It's, I mean, if I got an extra 100k parcels, like if I went somewhere where no one has parcels, it's a huge area, right? First of all, it would take forever. Like, even if I was to throw in enough money at this to get another 100k parcels, like, it'd take forever because, buying a parcel at a time, not to mention, like, with how long that takes, you get hungry pretty quick sometimes. But beyond that, your phone gets hungry too, like, um, I guess one thing you could do is you could go somewhere like where you're interested in buying parcels. You turn your GPS off for a bit, and it sort of helps. But the thing is, you still have all especially if it's like really bright outside. Um, you know, you have to turn up the brightness on your phone. That's gonna quickly drain your battery too. I know there's portable chargers and stuff, but charging and discharging your phone a lot is going to really do a lot of damage to your battery's overall health. So, my phone's already kind of starting to suffer. I'm thinking, uh, I'm waiting for the Z Fold 8 to come out. I think that should come out sometime in, I believe it's like July or August of this year that I think it's supposed to come out. So once that comes out, I'm probably gonna get one. Um, like right now I'm on a Z Fold 3. Like that's, and I'm not planning on trading it in because the reason why, it still works well enough that um what I could do is when I go on a trip, I have like a couple like this phone and the other phone, and so by doing that, I can I can like drain the battery on this one. I won't care as much, and then if it basically dies, um, maybe that's actually a good way. Now that I think about it, so I could have a portable charger with me, this phone, and like if I get a Z Fold 8, I'll have both phones plus a portable charger. Then, let's say I go somewhere and if like at a casino, for example, I'm lucky enough to have free Wi-Fi, I start playing with this phone, and then once it's basically dead, um, I can let it cool off for a few minutes, start charging it, and then while this one starts charging, I can walk around, swap to my other newer phone and play with that. Um, and that way both phones are kind of taking a hit. Of course, like once I get to my parcel goal, I'll probably stop buying parcels. So as far as parcel goal again, I know I've mentioned this before, but like I'm thinking I want 8,192 parcels in like each state. Uh, the reason I went over Utah is because, well, I decided on that goal after I'd already gone ahead in Utah, and I'd already gone ahead by quite a bit. And I tried to put as many parcels as I could for sale, but like no one gave a crap, so I mean, a few people bought a parcel here and there, but wasn't enough. And of course, Atlas Reality got sick of all the abuse, so they decided no more parcel selling. So I was like, you know what, whatever, and they just went up an extra power too. So what I'm hoping for is, hopefully once landmarks come out, hopefully auctions will come out either at the same time or shortly after, if not before. And then I can just auction like half of what I have in Utah, and then use all those excess ABs to get what I have left in like Nevada, Idaho. I'd say California, but since that's a bit further away, it's I go there even less often. So, but the nice thing is, if I don't go as often, I could just keep doing what I'm doing. So right now I've been just, I know I probably said I was only going to do it every other month, but I decided I'm just going to cash out like $512 a month. So it's like 256 per SRB. And then the rest, I wait till the end of the month and convert all of that to ABs. That way, I get a ton of free ABs. And it's a lot easier on my credit cards and a lot easier on my paycheck. But I'm still getting free ABs. I mean, the other day that this past weekend that I went West Wendover for a bit, like most of the parcels I bought were all free, like thanks to the conversion event. So thankfully, me being broke was pretty much a temporary setback. Like, I mean, I still feel a little bit, but I'm feeling a lot better now, thankfully. And then once I ran out of my freebies, I spent like 0.5k. So like $500 for a few more, and then yeah. And I believe I left Wendover with I want to say 4,848 parcels in Nevada. So I'm still a little I'm really close to being 3,000 or so away from my goal, but I mean it's still gonna be a bit, cause God, we really wish we could do bulk parcel buying. It's kind of funny because I heard that most whales like were asked at some point, "Are you guys okay with bulk parcel buying?" And apparently most of them said, "Nope, we prefer one parcel at a time because if I had a it's like, which that's just kind of dumb to me because it's like it really doesn't matter. Like, so you want other people, if they ever decide to buy like a ton of parcels in a short amount of time, you want them to struggle. Like, the issue I have with that is mostly about battery consumption. Like, I mean, if it's like if I could cut down on the time that it would take me to buy the parcels I want, I mean, it's like if I was after King of Queens, for example, and I won the lottery, let's say, I get, I don't know, a freaking 10 million bucks. Let's just exaggerate, right? And let's say that I spend, I don't know, 500k. If I'm dedicated enough, I will take a freaking trip or more and buy the heck out of every unclaimed parcel I can in like across the country, right? If I really wanted to beat him. And even if I had to do it a parcel at a time, I would still go for it, right? So, I mean, bulk parcel buying would just make it a little easier on me in terms of how quickly it would happen, but like, he still wouldn't be able to stop me, like, if you will, like, unless, like, he had the money to keep fighting me for a while. And so it's like, at some point, if he doesn't have the financial resources, he would have to give up and let me become president, right? So it's like, I don't understand what this whole being against bulk parcel buying is really doing for him. Other than just, oh, if I had to do it this way, everyone else should. Like, I mean, I'm a firm believer that if things can be made a little easier for people, and especially if they don't make a big deal, if they're not a big deal in the end, like, what's the difference? But whatever, I guess. But yeah, hopefully, if we don't get bulk parcel buys anytime soon, if ever, then hopefully at least we get auctions. Because, now they may have said this before and changed their mind, but as far as I know, both landmarks and auctions are supposed to be remote. So, for once in our lives, spoofing, if you will, would be legitimate because it would be a feature integrated into the game by Atlas themselves. Which I guess is the you know the reason so many people were against that. So if Atlas integrates it themselves, then no harm done, right? So I'm really hoping that that auctions help with that. Um, I mean, one thing that'd be great is if auctions can, you know, especially if they can help us get those parcels that like you'd never be able to get to by just physical travel, like say, I don't know, you want Area 51. Well, guess what? We can't walk into Area 51. Right? So, like, things like that. Um, I guess you could, like, go outside Area 51 as far as they'll allow you to go. And then, maybe do this and buy some from outside. But other than that, and even then, like, if you're too close for a while, their security guards are gonna be like, "What are you doing? Just standing here? Leave." I mean, I remember probably like 6, 8 years ago. What was it, Pokemon Go? I was trying to get some Pokemon over by Ogden's Business Depot, kind of close to a parking lot in one of the and I think I stayed there for maybe 10-15 minutes tops, because I got like some employee, I don't know, some director or manager comes out. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm just playing a game." He's like, "Okay." Then he goes back in. And after a few minutes comes back out. "What are you still doing here?" "I'm playing a game. I'm almost done." And I was really hoping to get, I don't remember what Pokemon it was. And then it comes out again, "You need to leave." And it's like, wow. So I didn't even finish what I wanted because he got all upset. So it's like, I imagine something like that would happen with if I went anywhere near Area 51. And in fact, it would probably happen a lot sooner. They'd immediately be like, you have 5 seconds to start walking away. So, like, hopefully auctions will help with things like that. Um, Now, I mean, again, is it a big deal? In a sense, no. Do I have to wait until I go to Idaho or Nevada or whatever? No, right? I could keep buying in Utah. It's a personal choice that I don't want to. So that's all it is. But it also kind of helps because then for every parcel I don't buy in Utah, that's an extra 100 ABs that I have for another free parcel somewhere else. So it's kind of a win-win in my opinion because of that. So it's not that bad. Um, I mean, plus I actually had like about $50 in accrued rent I was able to convert over the weekend. So that also helped too. And I actually, um, these LPUs, it's kind of nice. I mean, it sucks I only get one per month right now, but what I'm really hoping for is to get to my parcel goal ASAP in each of those states because once I get there, I'll probably start getting more of these uh, LPUs. I know they're expensive as heck, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to when I could just start upgrading parcels for the most part. So that's kind of a future thing for me to look forward to. But yeah, I mean, for now, I'm just gonna keep doing challenges. I've actually got a pretty good start already. So yeah. Heck yeah, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. 5 more rewards and I'm done with the month's challenges. That's pretty sweet. I feel like they're actually getting a little easier for me. I mean, the ones that suck are like the ones where it's like buy 3 parcels, which I think I actually have one right now. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, now that I'm back in Utah, now it asks me to buy 3 parcels. Oh, I think over the weekend I did like one of those and it didn't come back until a few days ago. That's one thing that's kind of annoying. Because, like, I mean, again, since I don't really travel very often, I actually haven't even done the book travel thing yet, but I might do that at some point. I don't know when, but I'm kind of considering it. But yeah. Oh, one other thing I should mention in case anyone out there um, is thinking of getting a fold phone. So there's an app I've used before. It's called like Control Screen Orientation to do this, to make it bigger. And it actually stopped working for me on my fold phone for some reason. And I actually had to go to, it's like under Samsung settings, it was called, was it like labs? And there's some like setting there to enable like to force landscape mode for portrait for apps that are normally portrait only like this. But then I actually had to install this other app. God, what was it called? It's like, let me see if I can find it good. Something. Yeah. Good luck. Yes. So good luck. There was a setting in there that I think I also had to enable in order to do this. So now I was able to uninstall that control screen orientation app, and I can do this. And the reason this helps, of course, is because, I can legitimately, I mean, if this wasn't Utah, look at all the parcels I would be able to get. Of course, I'd also have to spend money, and I don't really want to do that right now too much. But yeah. Um, and like, so for all you iPhone only users, this would actually be a good incentive for you to get an Android. Like, you don't have to get it as your main phone, you could just get it as a side phone. But, like, because as far as I know, I mean, I checked on, like my dad's iPhone, my brother's, and they don't have. Pretty sure iOS does not currently have like a app to force your screen orientation. Now there could be a setting, but I'm not sure what that is. Like the only Apple mobile device I have is an iPad, and like I don't really use it for um, gaming too much and stuff. So I'm not sure um, if there's a setting that would allow that. But I mean, I guess if there is, then you don't have to get an Android. But yeah, I don't know. And then anyway, going back to this game. As far as diamonds, I've actually been using all 7 diamond spins every day now, which has been, I mean, it really has been super helpful. Every now and then, like if I'm at like 80 ABs and I get really lucky, it'll help me jump to 100. Or if I'm like a few ABs away from, like right now, 482, I could probably get to, 500 with just diamond spins once, like tomorrow morning. But and of course, Explorers Club has been very helpful. I paid for the annual, and I even did like annual challenges pass, but so yeah, they've been pretty helpful, both of them. But yeah, hopefully soon I can. I'm trying to start working more on like other passive income streams, because I want to have like a different purpose for Atlas, and that's like what I'm working towards sort of is to make more money from other things other than Atlas. And then Atlas can be like, if at least in the beginning, for however much longer Atlas Earth exists. And I say that because I mean I keep hearing all these like players saying, how long do you guys think Atlas Earth was? I'm like, stop jinxing it and just play it. But I mean, anyway, like what I'm hoping to do with it to begin with is this will sort of be my, you know, my main income source for like what I when I go like, buy groceries for like homeless shelters and stuff. I want to like make me use the money from here, at least in the beginning. Um, so that if Atlas Earth ever does shut down in the near future, by the time it does, it won't be like, you know, a huge. It won't cause a huge negative impact toward what I'm trying to do, essentially. So, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But yeah, so even though I haven't made much progress toward that directly, it is still very much in my set of plans for what I'm trying to do. So yeah, we'll see how that works out in the future. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna keep at it, and every trip I can get for like Idaho, Nevada, and stuff, I will keep going there and buying whatever parcels I'm able to afford. So yeah, and actually over the next few months or so, I mean, if I end up getting a whole bunch, it'll be mostly from the thanks to the conversion events at the end of the month, because thankfully, I actually, last I checked, let's see here, I get like, yeah, almost $350 from an SRB. So minus 256, let's see. It's 200, it's 100. I'm just gonna round it to 350, so minus 250 would be 100. 6. So that's just from the SRB alone is like an extra like 40, between 40 and $50, that I can convert. But of course, by the time the NSRB starts, a lot of times I'm at like 60, $70. So I generally have a pretty good amount of money that I can convert to ABs. And I know you guys might see like a waste, like I should just cash everything out. I mean, but like the big thing, you're not considering taxes, so that's kind of why I don't want to do that. But because the less I cash out, the less screwed I'll get in taxes. But that's right now. Like one other goal I'm trying to get to is like I'd like to double that so that I can eventually get at least like 1,024 from this game per month. Because then that'll be even more money that I could like stash away and invest and stuff. So yeah. So it is in my plans to eventually cash out more, but I don't want to do that at this time. Because I mean 512's okay per month, but it also like allows me to get a ton more free ABs, so that I don't have to continue to go into debt just for like this game. So yeah, that's. Oh yeah, and actually another thing I did achieve. I want to say it's been like a couple months now. It was like mid-February or so. But finally, even if I don't watch ads at all, thankfully I'm to the point where I could get a cash out per day if I wanted to. So I think that's pretty cool. That I finally made it to that point. Took me long enough. But so yeah, making good progress finally. It does suck that it takes so long, but at least for those of you who at least spend money on either the Challenges Pass, Explorers Club, or both, at least you have something more to look forward to if you keep at it. And who knows if I end up really doing well enough, I could maybe even help out more Atlas Earth players, because whether or not you guys believe me, I do feel bad for like those of you that like grind away every month for like freaking $20 a month. You know, if I can help speed that up for you guys, if that's ever within my power, I will do that. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Talk to you guys in like 3 months. You know, keep at it. I hope Atlas Earth keeps on growing and eventually exceeds our expectations and lets us all achieve our goals. Have a good night. Talk to you later.